political strategist, meaning she doesn't even know what she does. Co-host of the Party Lines podcast, Aaron McGuire. He wanted to follow his dreams, but they filed a restraining order. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. He's been on the show so much, he now has a parking space for his shopping cart. Comedian and host of the Loftus Party podcast, Michael Loftus. And when he empties his pockets at airport security, they find 4 grandmothers. Former NWA World Champion, host of the Planet Howard podcast, Tyrus. Oh, Aaron. Okay, this is a guy who blamed Kamala's loss on Dems supporting men in women's sports. Then he turns around with quite possibly the lamest apology ever. I know that we can't read people's minds, but what the is going on in his head? Like, he knows that a man is not a woman. Why is he doing this?
Political desperation makes the worst characters of people, and we are seeing that with Seth Moulton. He stated the obvious. He stood up to his party and said men shouldn't play in women's sports. And dang, isn't that the easy thing to say? Isn't it easy to be rational and a person with 2 eyes that says a guy shouldn't play female-based sports? That's why we have different genders in sports. And as a global culture, we have decided eons ago that there is a difference between men and women, not only biologically, but how we live culturally. There have been men's and women's bathrooms for generations. We've all understood this. But Seth Moulton is so desperate to try to take out Ed Markey that he is willing to do absolutely anything, include bend over and take it from the left at this point in trying to win an election. And I gotta tell you, everybody in this room knows the difference between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
I got you there,
I'm sorry,
Tyrus.
Greg. I wasn't prepared for her filthy mouth.
I know. She's just...
I'm sorry.
I know. Boys, listen. I'm here to make it exciting. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. You know, Jamie, you've apologized a lot for many things. Have you ever done a groveling apology like that one?
No, I've never done as fraudulent of an apology as that. I do feel for him a little bit because I know what it's like. I had my balls taken. You gotta read the fine print in the prenup.
Yeah.
It's just like we come from a simpler time, I think, when we were growing up. Back in my day, when there was a tranny issue at the soccer field, it meant your car broke down. And I'd like to apologize to the trans community for that joke. See, it doesn't work.
No.
Because it's like, I'm not sincere, right?
Right.
It's Seth, or as I like to call him, AI Joe Mackey. He looks like, remember the movie Twins, where there was like Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
If there were twins, he would be the older brother, and Joe Mackey would be the DeVito guy. I'm sorry. But this is over. This discussion is over, and it's like if you put a man on like the WNBA, for instance, the league would be changed. They would be the league highest point scorer, highest rebounder, most boners. There's no way. The only player able to actually penetrate the defense. There's no way that this is fair.
You know what's sad, Michael, besides your wardrobe? Guy's a military vet. So he's a man. I'm not a military vet. 4 tours. How can he do this? And you see that with the astronaut dude. Who's the astronaut? Mark Kelly? Like, he was an astronaut. And how do they suddenly suspend biology?
Well, they're checking off the box. Like, right, I was nice to the trans community. I apologize. But he tried to do that heartfelt one, like the creepy, community theater one. I feel your pain. No, stop it, frickin' Shatner. And I want to stop talking about the whole trans community forever now. We've been paying so much attention to these crybabies since 2009. I want their PR department, right? Yeah. I want that as my manager. It's 1% of the population.
Not even 1%, dude.
Right?
It's like a third of 1%.
A point of a
Yeah, it's a point. In fact, I don't think it's even the trans that are doing this. It's the white liberal woman. It's the awful because it's their moral badge.
Yeah, they have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Where is this man in a woman's dress going to take a dump at Burger King? We must have a bathroom for this person.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas. And if you don't want to talk about it, they're like, your feelings hurt me, and your feelings hurt me. Well, your feelings, you thought you were born in the wrong body, so let's not trust the feelings.
Yes,
Right?
exactly. Cyrus, it is like he made the leap that, like, if I talk to them like they're a victim, then they will leave me alone. It's like, I feel your pain. It's just the most insulting thing.
You know what? You said it best on the 5 today. It's instinctive.
Yeah.
For a man to see women in distress.
Yeah.
It's instinctive. Like when you see an aggressive male around girls in sports, it's
Yes.
something in you that goes like, hey, I don't like this. I
Yeah.
should protect this. And he wants to get elected so bad. But here's the thing. He could have named the 12 trans athletes
Yeah.
that he was apologizing to.
Yeah.
You know, because he was like, hey, Betty, John Suann, Khalifa, Margaret.
They always have funny names.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's such a small thing. But he would rather be, and this is what worries me about a man like this, is that I would rather lose on my beliefs than win on going to what filthy mouth standing over there bending over for the left.
Yeah.
Because he's got daughters, and he put it out there. He's like, I got little girls, and I don't. He could have said, no, I want you to have equal opportunities in life, but not at the expense of my daughters,
Right.
and not at the expense of the country's daughters. So I'll help you play and make sure you're safe when you play in boys' sports. He could have took a stand, and then he wouldn't have looked so bad next to Mr. Burns, stuttering about how he wanted to love.
Yeah.
I want to love on all the trans kids. If I was a trans parent, I'd be like, whoa, that guy, no.
Yeah.
Did you see his little hands? Like, I want to love.
I want to love the trans children. Bring me the trans children. Bring them to me.
Yeah, like, relax, Filbert from Family Guy. You know, like, come over and have wine coolers and hang out.
They're confused.
I love your little
Yeah.
sports.
Ugh. All right.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.